And straight ahead on Action News, a crowded field, and tonight Toledo voters narrow these mayoral candidates down to one.
Solving the deer dilemma. Voters in Ottawa Hills making a decision on that controlled bow hunt.
Pot pushback. An expert weighs in on what's next after the state of Ohio rejects marijuana legalization.
And those are just some of the issues and races we are following tonight. Welcome to 13 minutes of non-stop news on this election night. I'm Lee Conklin.
And I'm Diane Larson. Our reporters are live all across the city tonight tracking your vote.
13 ABC's Bill Horman, Christine Long, Melissa Vage, and Lisa Guyton spending the night with the Toledo mayoral candidates, and our Christian Brown following several local school levies.
That's right. And we want to begin our coverage, though, with 13 ABC's Christine Long. She is with incumbent Mayor Paula Hicks Hudson, whose numbers are looking extremely favorable right now. Christine.
Diane, the celebration is about to begin. I'm standing here with Mayor Paula Hicks Hudson. After being in the lead all night, are you ready to declare victory?
Yes, at this point, yes, because of the numbers and what's happening, so yes. And you hear the crowd, so yes, I'm very excited.
Now, you were handed the wheel to the ship earlier this year, and when you took over, you said you wanted to stay the course.
Yeah.
Now, you have been elected. Everyone's cheering for you to navigate your own course. What direction will you take the city?
We're going to keep the city going forward. We're going to work to get good jobs here, work to get a plan to fix the roads, and just keep us moving forward as we have to.
Okay, we have seen back-to-back, before this moment, independents who have won the mayor's seat. It's been a while since an endorsed Democrat has won the seat. Is this also a big victory for the Lucas County Democrat Party?
It's a victory for the party, but it's also a victory for the working men and women in our community who believe that when you have ideas and you have commitment that we can, and we work together, that we can make a difference in our community.
All right, thank you, Mayor Paula Hicks Hudson. I know you want to address your crowd of supporters who are waiting to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Now I want to send it to my colleague 13 ABC's Bill Horman, who is standing by with former Mayor Cardi Finkbinder's campaign.
Interesting night for Cardi Finkbinder. You have been through this track several times. You've won it before. Some people thought when you were running this time, 76-year-old man, does he have the stamina? You left it on the field right up until the polls closed tonight.
I feel really good, Bill. It was a challenge personally to make sure that you still did have the stamina as well as the brain power to compete, and we did. But I also feel good, as I said earlier, because there were some wonderful persons up on that stage with me, and I have a ton of respect for Paula Hicks Hudson, the winner, and I wish Paula just nothing but the very best and would help her in any way, shape, or form I could help her. And I thought so highly of my colleagues up there that I've said to several people I would have offered each of those an opportunity to serve if they had wished to serve, and I would have made it in such a way that it would have truly been an opportunity for them to shine. Great people were running for mayor of the city of Toledo this year, and I was just blessed to be one of them.
Well, your theme in part was the success you had had in your 3 terms as mayor. That was looking toward the past and how you could help the city in the present.
Correct.
But as you look to your future now, have we seen your last campaign, Cardi?
I've said that once or twice, it seems to me, in the past, and it certainly would be an appropriate question to say, this is it. But you know, what I learned from this is you never really know until you step up to something what you have left, so to speak, to offer and to give. And as long as I have something to offer and to give, Bill, I will not say the door is shut. On the other hand, I am fortunate to have a woman that I love deeply as my wife. My daughters are alive, and their husbands, and my grandchildren. So I'm a very happy and contented man this evening, and looking forward to a little time with the family over the next few days and weeks.
Well, your future may not be in elective politics, but it's always got Toledo in your heart, and you've always done the city proud. Cardi, thank you so much.
It's been a
Congratulations on a strong effort.
It's been a pleasure to work with you during the course of the campaign, and thank you for the very professional approach that you've taken to it.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Cardi Finkbinder. Now let's go to my colleague Lisa Guyton, who is with Sandy Draper Collins tonight.
Thank you, Bill. I am here at Doc Watson's in South Toledo with Sandy Draper Collins, the widow of the late mayor, Michael Collins. And Sandy, you gave a concession speech a few minutes ago. The vote has not obviously been certified yet. Your platform was in part to finish what your husband started, and you won't be able to do that. It's been a long, hard-fought battle.
That's right. But, you know, the things that he stood for, I think, are things that other people will pick up and do, I believe. You know, for people to feel good about Toledo and good government, you know, I feel that we should get behind our public officials and that can happen.
Tough night, though, obviously a tough year for you. You know, a lot has happened in the course of 2015 in your life.
It sure did. I'm incredibly surprised, actually, to be here with the shocks that I had this year. But I felt that it was important to try to carry on Mike's work in the way that he was doing it, if that would be the people's will.
Where do you go from here? What will you do now?
Well, I before this, I would tell people I was doing 30 years of pent-up projects that I had put off, and so with family and friends, I'll be doing those things. Mike and I had talked about that what I might do this year before all this happened was to help veterans in our community, and so I'll probably be doing that.
Would you consider another run for office, or is this it?
Well, I think my mom probably taught me a long time ago, never say never, but really this was something special to carry on what Mike was doing, and so I have no future plans to run for office.
Well, thank you so much for your time on this election night, and reporting in South Toledo, Lisa Guyton, 13 ABC Action News. We are joined now by my colleague Melissa Veitch, who is with Mike Bell and his campaign in downtown Toledo. Melissa?
All right, thank you very much, Lisa. Now, we've been watching the numbers all night long, and it's still 1 and 2, Mike Bell. I mean, there is a little bit of a distance here. We've got about a 2-1 here, but you are not conceding. It is still not over.
Not yet. We're going to wait a little longer and see where it goes, and then make a determination at that time. But I owe it to everybody that supported me to hang in there as long as I can before I make that particular decision, and that's what I'm going to do.
You know, it's interesting because in talking with you, you say this campaign, you wanted to run it with everything you have, especially after losing the last election that you run. So tell me what you did different that you think really has brought a lot of people together on your side here.
Well, I think social media has been unbelievable here with us, and being able to get out and reach people through it, I think has really made a big difference. And I think that probably in future campaigns you'll see it being run a little different, because you can do real-time interactions with people, and that's a pretty good thing.
All right. What do you say about this has been an interesting race, and it still continues to be very interesting for you?
Oh, it's a very interesting race, and it's made me really though think about how many people in Toledo care about our various forums that we've had to do, and everybody stepping up and saying what their concerns are for Toledo. So I think that's a good thing. So once in a while we have to retune ourselves, and I think this has been a good event for that.
All right, Mike Bell, thank you so much. We'll check in with you as the numbers continue to come in. Okay. For now, reporting live from downtown Toledo, Melissa Veitch, 13 ABC Action News.
Melissa, thank you, and thanks to our entire team covering the mayoral candidates. A busy, unusual night at the Lucas County Board of Elections.
13 ABC's Sean Haggerty has been down there all night feeding us the results. And Sean, what can you tell us?
The team with the Lucas County Board of Elections is still behind me right now, loading cards and tabulating the results. That has not been the issue tonight. The issue has been what results to release and when. I'll show you some video from inside the Lucas County Board of Elections home tonight at the Early Vote Center. So far, we're told everything is running pretty smoothly. The issue tonight has been in Hamilton County. That's by Cincinnati. The results statewide were delayed because the polls there stayed open until 9 o'clock because of some technology issues they were having there. Some counties did release some of their local results before 9 o'clock. The Secretary of State said that statewide results could not be released until 9 o'clock. There was some confusion and some clarification issues on whether local boards of election could release local results or were not allowed to release the local results. Some counties did, some counties did not. Here in Lucas County, they did not release any of the local results until 9 p.m. and that's when we started to see some of those updates come out. And we've seen them about every 15 minutes. The biggest issue we've heard of today actually came from Sylvania Township when some candidates, a trustee And the fiscal officer did not appear on the ballot for some city voters. Some city voters in Sylvania can vote on Sylvania Township issues. We're told that they're trying to figure out exactly what happened, but it could have been up to 8 polling locations where that could happen. But both those candidates were unopposed, so it will not affect the results. So we'll keep you updated on the count as it goes, and so far we're told everything going well. Reporting live, Sean Hegarty, 13 ABC Action News.
And voters across Ohio deciding several issues today. Ohioans approving issue 1, which creates a redistricting commission.
But of course, the most talked about one was issue 3, the marijuana legalization issues. Voters rejected that constitutional amendment.
And joining us now to help digest the results, Dr. Melissa Miller, PhD, political science professor at Bowling Green State University and friend of the program when political times warrant. Melissa, what does this vote say? A flat rejection of issue 3.
Here's what I think Ohio voters were saying: not so fast. That's the essential message here. All eyes were on Ohio tonight. We would have been the first state in the heartland to legalize marijuana, but opposition is pretty fierce.
Now, does this mean that they made some mistakes, made some missteps, the people responsible Ohio behind it?
Yes, I honestly would say I think there were 2 strategic errors by responsible Ohio. One was to put this on the ballot in an off-year election. Who votes in off-year elections? Whites, better educated voters, wealthier voters, and older voters. These are the very voters who, according to the latest polls by Bowling Green State University, as a matter of fact, are most opposed. So turnout was high in an off-year election among the groups predisposed to oppose legalization. And the second issue was, of course, setting it up as a monopoly.
Yeah, to specifically take down issue 3. This was a closer vote. What happens now with issue 2 and then the issue of monopolies in general here?
Well, now that issue 2 has been approved, in the future, any issue put on the ballot that would set up a monopoly would actually take 2 votes to pass. The first vote would have to exempt that particular issue from the anti-monopoly provision, and then there'd have to be a vote to approve any initiative of that nature, say another attempt at a legalization of marijuana in this manner.
Oh, Melissa Miller, thanks for making the drive up from Bowling Green, Wood County area. And of course, issue 1, that was a slam dunk. It passed, no problem.
Yes, it was, and there was never a doubt about that, but thanks for having me.
All right,
thanks
take
so
care.
Much. All right, nearly a dozen school levies were on the ballot today. Career tech programs, athletic upgrades, just some of the items on the line for some local schools. So which ones passed, which ones did not? 13 ABC's Kristen Brown crunching those numbers tonight. She's standing by live. Kristen.
Well, Lee, Oregon schools had a lot on the line. The school district hasn't passed a levy since 2008. Tonight, the district's career tech program, athletics, and other extracurriculars were really riding on tonight's vote. So take a look. As it stands right now, with half of the precincts reporting, 61% voted in support of the levy, 39% voted against it. Moving on to Perrysburg schools, it passed its $1.9 mil improvement renewal tonight. It passed 66% to 34%. And finally, Ottawa Hills combination bond issue and permanent improvement issue failed tonight. 71% voted against it and 29% voted to support it. Of course, we will continue to follow election results for you. For more information, all you have to do is get connected to our website, 13abc.com. Reporting live, Christian Brown, 13ABC Action News.
And with just over half the precincts reporting, Toledo Zoo tax renewal levy appears to be passing. The 1 mil 10-year levy would generate some $68 million for more climate-controlled or year-round exhibits. You see the numbers here, well over 2 to 1 for the Toledo Zoo levy. Early numbers show Ottawa Hills voters supporting issue 13, voters deciding if controlled deer hunts will be allowed in the village. But again, those numbers, relatively early projections.
Much more still ahead. A very close one in Bowling Green. The mayor's race comes down to the wire.
And looking live at the Glass Bowl tonight, Joe Nugent standing by with highlights that big game between the Rockets and Northern Illinois.
And the boat club battle, Perrysburg leaders facing some big decisions for that building there.
Those stories, plus Jay says, yeah, the good stuff continues, but he's tracking some big changes for the weekend. We're back in just 35 seconds.
This is 13 ABC Action News with Diane Larson and Lee Conklin. Now, 13 13 ABC First Warning Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jay Berschbach.
It's beautiful out there. No rainfall on live Doppler 13,000 HD. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. The cool spot, it's Monroe. Secondary cool spot is Toledo Express at 47. How about your numbers for today? The high, nice and balmy, 73. The low is 39. And both those numbers, well, at least the low close to average. The high well above average by about 15 to 20 degrees. As far as our forecast here, for any rain, it's not going to happen tonight. Mainly clear skies. Talked about the northern lights earlier, like last night, kind of fizzling as that area of magnetism or energized air is moving our way. So not good viewing for that tonight. Still a chance of some patchy fog early tomorrow. Shouldn't be a real big deal, but if you have any concerns, one of those days to wake up a little bit early and check on 13 ABC Action News starts at 4:30 a.m. Throughout the day. Increasing clouds, staying dry, mild overnight into Thursday, and lots of clouds here for Thursday, but still rain-free until late Thursday night and into early on Friday. Here's your forecast tonight. Election night here. Clear skies, patchy fog possible, lows in the mid-40s. Here's your 13-hour forecast tomorrow. There's your chance of fog, a very small window, about 5 a.m. to about 8 a.m., and that should do it. Temperatures here rising up into the lower 70s. Notice the increase in clouds here for the afternoon. Beyond that, nice stretch of weather. That continues Thursday, day 4 of our 70-plus weather. Chance of rain and showers and storms early Friday, 66. Cool and dry for the weekend, highs somewhere near 50 each day. How about next week? Well, we stay in the 50s, about 51 for Monday, 58 for Tuesday, and that brings our next chance of rain, especially in the afternoon. So we hit 73 today, 70 yesterday, 2 more to go. Last time we hit 70 or better 4 times in a row, November 2008.
Wow.
So it's been a while.
It has been. Okay, nobody can blame the weather for not getting out to vote today.
Absolutely perfect.
All right, Jay, thanks.
Still ahead on Action News, dam debate, the vote that decides the fate of a Sandusky County dam.
First, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers from your official lottery station, 13 ABC. Continuing with your vote tonight, voters in Fremont have voted to remove the Ballville Dam. Supporters say that move will save money. Opponents have said removing the dam would release potentially contaminated silt into Lake Erie. The city of Bowling Green's mayoral race was neck and neck tonight. Current Mayor Richard Edwards will keep his seat, but it was a very close fight. 13 ABC's Senna Ora in Bowling Green tonight with more.
Well, the incumbent Mayor Dick Edwards managed to secure his second term as mayor here. Now, this was the first contested mayoral race in more than 15 years, and the mayor says he is relieved after a long and tough campaign. When the final results came in, Edwards hugged his supporters at Mr. Spots on Main Street here. Edwards says he's especially happy with the progress of industrial growth, energy sustainability, and fiscal policy he made under his first term. His opponents, Democratic Kelly Wicks, a business owner here in Bowling Green, as well as BG student Dan Phillips, an independent, say they are proud of their campaigns as well and wish the mayor the best in the future.
I'm greatly relieved. I'm very, very happy. It's been a long, tough year trying to be mayor and do what the citizens elected me to do, and yet having to pay attention to campaigning. This is a real victory for Bowling Green.
Everybody thanks for the support and congratulations to my opponent. He ran a clean campaign, and ultimately, you know, the real clear winners will be the community of Bowling Green.
The competition's over now, and it's about collaboration and making the city better.
Reporting in Bowling Green, Senna Ora, 13 ABC Action News.
All right, Senna, thank you. Future of the Perrysburg Boat Club still up in the air tonight.
The mayor's office did put forth some options, but for now, a decision is on hold.
13 ABC's Amy Montgomery's been on this story from the very beginning. She's in Perrysburg, all new at 11.
The ordinance basically says appropriate the money to fix the building or tear it down, but no official decision was made tonight. Many people did, however, stand up to urge City Council to slow down and try to save the building.
I really hope that you'll think about the uniqueness of this structure.
For the last 2 months, the future of the Perrysburg Boat Club has been unclear. In September, an inspection revealed some significant problems with the city-owned building. Foundation cracks, outdated electrical and plumbing, and fire suppression issues.
No one wanted to have to deal with an issue like this. This came to us unexpectedly, but yet we have to deal with it once that information is presented to us.
Tuesday, Mayor Olmsted introduced an ordinance giving City Council 2 options. Either appropriate a minimum of $500,000 to make the necessary updates or make the call to tear it down.
We've been notified by our insurance carrier that we're going to need to have a remedy for the building.
The mayor says they have until December 1st to make a decision, but some on council think there's still more time.
I don't know what the source of this pressure is.
Councilman McCarthy says there's no need to rush, especially when you're talking about $500,000. The rest of council agreed and opted not to take a final vote just yet.
Usually you have to have some time to think about it, weigh alternatives, and that's what I think we need to do, and we will do now. We've got to have further discussion with our insurance carrier about why this deadline is this deadline and how critical is it.
The Finance Committee will now take a closer look at this ordinance and have some discussion. From there, the next time City Council could take a vote would be November 17th. In Perrysburg, Amy Montgomery, 13 ABC, Action News.
Well, a huge night election-wise, a huge night in local sports. Undefeated Rockets host Northern Illinois.
We're live at the Glass Bowl next. Joe Nugent and Bruce Gradkowski coming up.
It's crazy here at the Glass Bowl, baby. We're live, Lee and Diane. We're live at the Glass Bowl.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights. This game will start in the first half. Toledo on the move. Came out on fire. Billy over the middle to Alonzo Russell. A touchdown on a third down and a great pass.
Great ball here. You know, he floated right over the defender. Great pass, very accurate, and that's the kind of safe ball you want to throw down there.
All right, let's move forward. A 7-7 game. Rockets back at their own 22. A handoff to Terry Swanson. This kid is coming out of nowhere. Rips off a 58-yard run all the way down to the 17.
I'll tell you what, Toledo always finds good running backs, and year after year they have running backs, and it's great to see that.
And they are deep at that position, real deep. Kareem Hunt really coming on. A two-headed monster really in the backfield. Kareem in for a touchdown off those nagging injuries. Great to see him, though, in the end zone.
And like I said, it's great to see Kareem Hunt healthy and back again, and you said it, two-headed monsters. They always have good running backs here, and it's good to see them pounding the football.
Northern Illinois ball late. Drew Herrick going deep. This before he left the game with an injury. Trayvon Mathis with a big pick out at the 15-yard line. This Toledo defense is really playing good this year.
Great play by the kid, and I love the Toledo defense. They're flying around, hitting, and I love to see that. Defense wins championships.
So Toledo in control early in this game, but Northern Illinois comes back in the second half. Right now they lead by 5. 32-27 with 1:03 to go. Bruce, they might lose 6 straight to Northern Illinois here.
Yeah, this is a tough game here, and Northern's right in field goal range, so worst case scenario, you're looking at they're going to go back up, and hopefully Toledo can put a drive together. But that's what it's about, to see what you can do at the end of these ball games in the fourth quarter, because that's what defines you.
All right, Northern Illinois leads.
Clear skies overnight, patchy fog when you wake up, mid-40s. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, but dry again, lower 70s.